Today has been a very wonderful day because we've getting to know all the features that RioPlex area has to offer. Amazing talent, amazing infrastructure, amazing port, amazing all the import-export going on in the area, and all the great infrastructure that is in the area that offers lots of opportunity to open a business in the area.
Will it be of interest to your members in your chapter?
For sure. We have to just wait to this 90 days pause that we have that was presented yesterday by President Trump, and I'm sure it will be analyzed by many of our members to see what is going on in the future and what can be done in the area, for sure.
Before we get on to the specific program today, tell us your general view of RioPlex as a group.
Well, Joaquin Spammer has done an excellent job integrating a great board to start. And with great people, you can do great things. That's what I believe in. That's been my experience for already 40 years in business. And Joaquin is a great promoter of RioPlex, and I'm sure the area will keep on growing in the fastest pace now. And with this communication, this kind of events as a wonderful example of what can be done in the future.
There were some incredible presentations today, lots of in-depth panel discussions. Was there anything that you learned that you weren't aware of before? Any statistics, anything that sort of jumped out the page from today that surprised you?
Definitely, the point of view of the Federal Reserve of Dallas gave us lots of information, very, very useful, especially talent, especially prices of products, price of housing. Especially talent is the main reason I think they gave lots of information. That is the main feature that a big company or any tier one company would like to understand. What kind of talent and how specialized talent can work with the big companies, especially tier one companies. I think it's very important, very, very useful.
And we were told that maybe more than a dozen, maybe 14 different countries were represented here through the foreign consulates offices. That's sort of unique for the Rio Grande Valley and the RioPlex region. What did you think of that fact, and how important was it to be in front of people like that?
Well, 14 countries and more coming, which is something that we'll learn today. And I think, we come back with infrastructure, we come back to security, we come back to the port. Many of the infrastructure that is in the area will bring together many features that big companies, big countries are looking for to establish a company here, especially when we have certainty. Certainty will come after the tariffs are settled, after we renegotiate USMCA treaty. That will give us a lot of certainty. And certainty will give lots of opportunity for many companies that will know what are the rules that they're going to play with in the future.
And those countries that were represented, those consulates officers that were here today, what would be your chapter's message to them?
Well, we offer, all what RioPlex have to offer. How we have talked about talent, infrastructure, energy, water, everything it has to offer. But in any case, we want to wait until the USMCA is renegotiated, tariffs is over. We know how to play well with, and then will decisions come to invest in the area. And I'm very optimistic that it will happen in the future. Very optimistic.
I was struck by a comment right at the end here of the last panel we heard from the Port of Brownsville director, Mr. Dietrich, said, when we bring potential investors to here, we can't go with the Department of Labor statistics on the size of the workforce. We have to consider the population on the other side of the river and how big this region is when you incorporate both. I thought that was a key point.
Definitely, that's something that's not considered in statistics, and it's a talent that is in there, has been there for many, many years, at least 30 years, with all the maquila sector. And it's great to consider because there's a lot of specialties in those areas, a lot of talent that is well prepared to establish new ventures in the RioPlex area.
Well, Lorenzo, those are all the questions I had. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, I was happy to be invited by Mr. Joaquin Spammer. We are happy to be here. I have two hats, one with Banco Base, our financial group that is going to be 40 years next February, so we're very happy for that. and we are, always serving many of these great companies that import-export into Mexico, as well as my hat as the president of AmCham Northeast chapter, and very happy to be here. Always trying to get new members in our membership and expanding our reach to let them understand that nearshoring is here to stay and that we're a very good facilitator for many of these companies.
Thank you so much for today's interview. We've learned a lot.
Thank you very much, sir.